Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your man Roy coming at you with another Marvel Contest of Champions video, and today we're going even deeper into Act 5, Chapter 2 by looking at quest number 3. Now, up until now we've kind of done the quests for 5.1 and 5.2 so far. We've done 2 paths per video, but we're now going to break it down into 1 video per quest, just because it is going to ramp up in terms of the challenge, and I want to make sure that we do each of them justice, that you see the paths, you see the champions involved, and they are longer paths as well slightly, so we're just going to focus on 5.2.3 in this video, and we'll do the additional quests and individual ones after that going forward as well. So we're just going to jump straight into this. Normal disclaimer that the champions and suggestions that I make during this video are completely my own. There may be better, easier, quicker ways of doing these challenges, but the point and purpose of these videos is to show you that you can use virtually or almost any champion to complete these paths, as long as you take the time to study it and get it right. Now 5.2.3 is where it starts getting a little bit more challenging, just because of the global node. So the global node in this one, we do have just the usual role reversal that we've had in all the 5.2 so far, but we've got the additional difficulty that we have Buffy on the global node for this one. So it's every 7 seconds, and it is buff triggered by the attacker, is immediately nullified. And the defender will regenerate 5% max health each time you do so. So this counts towards dexterity as well, so the more that you dex and beta at special attacks, potentially the more that they're going to heal. So this is where it becomes slightly more annoying. It's not entirely difficult to do, because we are going to still hopefully deal ongoing damage. It's only every 7 seconds, so you either want champions that deal that generate no buffs at all. The perfect example is Red Guardian. If you have a Red Guardian in your team, then he will absolutely cheese this path or this quest, because he doesn't generate any buffs at all, no matter what. But otherwise, then just choose champions that don't rely on buffs to get you through. I think initially when I'd done this completion, I had Storm, Winter Soldier, Symbiote Spider-Man, Colossus pre-buff, so he wasn't generating all those armors all at the same time or per stun, and I'm not sure who the 5th one was. Star-Lord, I think, and I just offset the Fury buff generation with increased damage from the combo, as long as you kept it alive. So it can be done with various champions, but this is where it starts to get more difficult. Now the path I would recommend for this one, funnily enough, is the Spider-Man path. The Spider-Man is the biggest pain in the backside about the whole of this initial completion. Other paths have just annoying champions like Nightcrawler, Scarlet Witch, Black Widow can be a bit annoying as well. I think Quake can be quite annoying as well, and then the other options that you've got in that path are Unstoppable Colossus, Spider-Gwen, who's just an absolute no-no. She is major annoying. The other path you've got Agent Venom as well, which can be a little bit more difficult, and again you're still going down the Spider-Gwen path, so again a bit more difficult. Then you've got the She-Hulk, Moon Knight, War Machine, sorry. A Juggernaut, again a little bit more annoying. Deadpool, Venom, Black Panther, Daredevil. Yeah, they're just annoying champions. So this is probably the easier path. So we've got Spider-Man, Star-Lord, Ghost Rider, Jane Foster, Thor, and then coming down with Luke Cage, Abomination, again a bit annoying because of the poison, so just making sure that whatever champion we bring in is poison immune as well. So She-Hulk is really good for this path. The Furies that she generates are passive, so they're not going to count towards the Buffy node. She's got the slow that will take care of Spider-Man and allows to deal normal kind of damage, and she's also poison immune to allow us to work on the Abomination as well. So She-Hulk is an absolute godsend. There are other options obviously for this path, but the champions that I've chosen to take into this path, Rocket Raccoon, his special 2 does so much damage. It's such an underrated champion. If you haven't checked out the champion overview video on the channel yet, I would encourage you to do so and just look at his potential. She-Hulk, obviously maxed out 4-star. Symbiote Spider-Man, that has featured in all the Act 5.2 videos so far. Luke Cage, just because he doesn't generate buffs, and he's going to give us a little bit more resilience as well, because he's bleed immune if we come against that champion. And Vision, Age of Ultron, just because again he's poison immune if we need to fall back on somebody for Abomination. So let's get into this. Let's take on Spider-Man. The only champion we can use for this is She-Hulk, because his evade chance is just crazy, man. So let's start off as a soul straight away, and let's just go to town. Yeah, so it is just really annoying. Ideally you want to push Spider-Man to the SP2. Apply this. Again, the Petrify is really good as well to prevent the healing. So special 2 is really good. We didn't slow him. No! Again, mistakes. Definitely not the best She-Hulk player in the world. But we got him down. Again, I'm sure when I done 5.2 initially, there was health potions, there was revive used all across the board. Just depend, you know, skill level as you're coming through, you learn things, you learn techniques, and the champions you've got as well are a little bit more fragile because they don't have the same level of health pool. So we are also at still node reversal, so we are still at a disadvantage, and we'll start with 1 bar of power as well. So let's bring Rocket Raccoon into this and see what we can do. So let me show you the power of his. Good to get the regen out the way at the start. Can do it now again. Come on. There's not an awful lot you can do. I mean, good damage for the champion that we're using. Not well ranked up, does kind of lack the normal kind of firepower of 5-star champions, but the fact that we're able to do that kind of damage, I've got the bleed as well. This is going to do that little bit more damage off of him. Not much we can really do about the regeneration, but thankfully it only triggers every 7 seconds, so if we can create more buffs, if we can create more buffs within that time, then we'll benefit from them. So you don't need somebody that doesn't generate them, but it can be handy. Now, Symbiote Spider-Man has an increased ability to get a critical rating increase, 71% chance. But hopefully with the class advantage because of the node reversal coupled with SP2, then it's going to offset any regeneration that we do cause on Ghost Rider here. And the fact his critical rating does decent damage as well. So we are going to kind of proc the regeneration a little bit more than what we would normally want to see if we were kind of using common sense approach, but really we just want to whittle this guy down. I said there's champions better that you can use, I'm sure, that do the job quicker, easier, but try to hold true to my initial completion as much as possible to show you it can be done. Some of the champions have had a buff, but not many that we're using actually within my own roster, and just some of the champions we're up against are maybe a little bit more difficult when encountered. So let's use Rocket Raccoon again against Jane Foster. So again, in this path we've got starting with 1 bar of power. Doesn't really pose us too much of a problem. You just need... oh, come on, man. The AI has had a massive upgrade as well, but when I went through the initial completion, there's no way any champion, much less Jane Foster, would get an intercept on me. That's just evil, man. So again, we're going to outweigh the damage of the regeneration with the damage that this guy can do. Ideally, you want to get Jane Foster up to Special 2, just because it's a kind of... She's got the intercept again! What are they feeding this one? I'm not going to die. Man! That's annoying, guys. That's really annoying. I'm too aggressive. I need to take my time and slow it down. Couldn't really avoid the regeneration there. Oh, come on! Right, we got the job done with Luke Cage, but that was messier than it needed to be. Right, so let's go to path B. Yeah, that's the one we want. And we're going to take on Luke Cage. Do Luke Cage? Do we try a bit of vision? What have we got here? So abilities trigger 20% more often. So for Luke Cage it's not too much of a problem. It might go invincible just a little bit more once we attack into him. But again, we can bait at this SP1 because I haven't done any much damage to him at the present moment because he's being indestructible. But Vision's SP2 and SP1 power burn and power steal if you've got him awakened. So I haven't used this guy for quite some time. Yes, he's going indestructible again. So we don't want to launch a special 2 until we can do the damage. But power completely power drains and deals damage based on what was stolen. Also puts a heal block on him as well, didn't realise that, but pretty handy given the node that we're up against. Just a bit we mistimed it there. Get a cheeky one in before the indestructible comes in. So again, it's not glorious, it's not glamorous, it's not fancy, but it does the job. To some degree. If they don't get it completely messed up, like has been known to happen. Taking more block damage than I would like there. Let's do an SP3 this time, I think. Doesn't quite burn as much as the SP2 does, but still gets a decent amount off. So he's like the ultimate power control champion because he steals it back as well. So it took us a little bit longer there, but we got there, we managed it. Okay, so we're going to use She-Hulk on Abomination. Again, abilities trigger 20% more often, so the poisons on this one, if you don't have a poison immune champion, can be very detrimental for your health. It's kind of the regen, but there's not much we can do about that. You kind of want to bait out as SP2. Is SP1, sorry. Boom! We also do more damage with the Furies, and we do more damage to larger opponents. So she's an absolute godsend for Abomination. Look at that! 4-star match taken out, you know, a decent chunk. 5-star champion. So that's us at the boss, Mr. Joe Fixit himself. So what we're up against here, so his double down ability is permanent. So if that's regen or fury or rage or whatever the case may be, those are permanent, and he also gets 45% armor rating. So we're going to go in and start getting a little bit of damage off with Vision. I don't expect to beat him with this one, just because we will be taking block damage from his SP1 if we're baiting it out. And it's got the regen as well. Nice. That gives us a heal block, hopefully allowing us to get up to our SP2, our heal block, power burn and steel. So you can get a good rotation going on this. We're also going to die because of block damage, you know. But bearing in mind this is a 4-star rank 3, I think. And we've taken just about half of his health off. Go for a few cheeky backdrafts. And we're dead. That's 53% left, so just under half health off of what I had left in that Vision, so that was pretty damn good. So we'll go in with Luke Cage now, see what Mr. Cage can do. And we'll finish the ticket off if we need to with She-Hulk taking down the larger opponent, but Joe Fixit here is doing some pretty decent damage. Again, we might need to just bait out that special 2, might cost us a regeneration or 2. We'll try and be as aggressive as possible. Luke Cage getting his exhaustions on, which will then reduce his ability accuracy. And for each debuff that we get on, we gain a little bit more attack. So I'm just going to full send this. So we might be lucky, we might not. Nah, I think we're going to die. About 9% left to take out with She-Hulk if we need to. We might still be okay. It's going to be close. Ah, he regen. Back up to 8%. She-Hulk shouldn't have any problem taking this guy to the finish line. Take the block damage because it shouldn't be too much. That allows us to finish him off. So there we go. Red Guardian does make that a hell of a lot easier because you can dex, you can bait attacks, and he has some pretty decent damage if you've got him at a high enough level for the stage that we're at. But failing that, you can see no health potions, no revives with a team of lower ranked champions gets the job done. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope you found it useful for planning your 5.2.3 run. If you did like the video, make sure and hit the thumbs up, and if you're new to the channel, if you're looking at the videos and want to know when more's coming, then please hit the subscribe and the notify button so that you know when the new content is going up, and drop a comment on this or any other video on the channel. It'll give some feedback on your own preferences, anything you want to see coming up, any hints, tips and suggestions that you have yourself that will allow anyone else watching the videos to see how it's done, other than just my personal opinion. So until next time, folks, thank you very much for watching, take care, all the best, and we'll catch you soon.